In this question, it's given that the range of 6 numbers is 12. So these are the 6 numbers given: 4, 3, 14, 7, 10 and x. Alright, and the range is equal to 12. Now remember, the range of a set of numbers is the difference between the greatest value and the least value. Now if we don't take into consideration x, among the remaining 5 values over here, the greatest one is 14 and the least one is 3. So the range among the others is equal to 14 minus 3, which is equal to 11. But over here, notice that it's given that the range is equal to 12, right? So x either has to be greater than the smallest one by 12, or it has to be less than the greatest one by 12, right? So what's the minimum possible value of x? The minimum possible value of x will be such that 14 is the greatest value, and then the difference between 14 and x has to be equal to 12, right? So the minimum value of x is 14 minus 12, which is equal to 2, right? So that's 14 minus 2, because 14 minus 2 gives you 12. So we are finding this 2 by doing 14 minus 12. All right. So 14 is the greatest value. The least value in this set, in that case, will be 2, and the range will be equal to 12. Now, what's the maximum possible value for x? The maximum possible value for x will be such that the difference between the least value in this set, which is 3, and x has to be equal to 12. That is, x minus 3 is equal to 12, or in this case, x is equal to 15, right? So the maximum possible value of x is equal to 15. Remember, we are getting this because the range in that case would be 15 minus 3, which is equal to 12. So notice that in both these cases, we are getting the range as 12. So the difference between the maximum value of x and the minimum value of x is 15 minus 2, which is equal to 13. And that's what's asked in the question, which is answer option D. Now let's look at what is being tested in this question. This question is based on range, right? Remember, the range in a set of values is the difference between the maximum value and the minimum value. So that's the range of a set of values. Now, also remember, to find the minimum possible value of something and the maximum possible value of something, this is a typical type of question. So in this case, we had to find x min and x max, and for that, again, you need to apply the concept of range. Now we got x min when the difference between x min and the maximum value among the given values, which is 12, right? So the difference between these two has to be equal to, sorry, not 12, 10. The difference between 14, it's 14 in the question. So the difference between 14 and x min had to be equal to 12. So we got x min as 2, right? So we are applying the conditions and finding the minimum possible value. Now in the case of x max, we took the difference between x max and the minimum among the other 5 values as the minimum value. So x max minus 3 is equal to 12, and we got the value of x max as 15. So 15 minus 2, that's equal to 13. Now do check the description to know more about my other GMAT programs. All the best in your preparation, and do subscribe to this channel.